Hi Margaret. Now this is a really quick run through of all the different products and just three hints that I've discovered kind of along the way. So obviously the site has got an Addy pack. They do get the freebie bag and the cleansing cream and stuff as well. First thing in the morning, do text thy digestion plus. That's the first thing you have to do before they say anything other to eat. And I think you're not meant to eat for about 15 minutes after it. Some folk takes this in their protein shake, but if they're making up the protein shakes and they're putting this in it, they'll hit you drink it within 30 minutes. Just we add the probiotics and stuff that's in it, the lactobacillus and stuff. It has to be drunk within half an hour. I started off with putting it in my protein shakes because I find it revolting. It's horrible. Now I actually really like it and I take it straight. It's probably better for your gut if this is the first thing you hear in the morning and have it as a shot. And it says on the side you put 118 ml of water. I didn't measure it, I just have it in just a rough, whatever you can handle. Start off with a pretty grain. And I would share it's terrible simple. But when I first started, I just bunged it into the glass and stirred with a spoon, and it would clump into lumps, and because it was such a horrible taste, I couldn't bear it. So it seems really easy, but if you pour and shake at the same time, and then it just mixes in that much better, and it doesn't get lumpy. So a really simple hint. Because I didn't ken, and they might not like the taste. They might think it's alright, but I really didn't like the taste of it. See, then it's totally mixed in. They're no lumps. But otherwise, when I did it with a spoon, it was lumpy, and I could hardly get it down my throat. They say that if your gut health is poor, it tastes really bad, and the more obviously your gut health is improving, then it's meant to be better tasting. It tastes fine to me now. I can hear you on really easy. But as I said, if there's really struggling to hear it as a shot like yon, which to me is probably the better way to hear it, then put in these shakes to begin with, but then do his to hear it within half an hour. That's really the most important thing to mind. What they should do before they start to is, it's maybe even been on the Facebook page, it's maybe read it already, take a photo of themselves, or get somebody to take a photo of thee in the underwear or something, because you really can see the difference. If they takes photos now and takes photos in a month's time, you're losing inches, and you shouldn't be so concerned about we want to lose weight, but it's inches. Measure the cell. I have a pretty sheet that I can send through that you can write down what you're eating in the day, and then your different measurements at the end, I think. I can put that through today. Or they could just write it in a notebook. I think I just wrote it in a notebook. Take all the measurements, arms and the bust and everything, hips and all that. And then you measure your cell again at the end. But photos too, I didn't do that last time, so I thought, no, I didn't need it. But it really, you can see the difference. So take photos. Get somebody to take photos of you. So protein powder, I always get a tablespoon for vanilla, but I gave it chocolate. And another hint for this is don't pack the spoon full, really tight full of the powder, because I can remember I had a few folk in the last groups that run out of their powder before the end because they've been packing the 2 scoops full into their bottle. So just really loose or slightly less as it should be a cup full, the thing is in here, the measure, but loosely do it. Do not tight, because I even did that to begin with, packed it tight against the packet. But you're cramming in more is what you should, and I wouldn't want to be running out before the 30 days is up. protein shakes, some folk don't even lick them in the beginning until you discover what you add to them makes it. Because I hate chocolate, I add in even more like cacao, natura cacao, to enhance that chocolate. I can't just say do the nut chocolate. You can even put in a pretty bit more vanilla essence and stuff like that. Some folk make them with water. I can't even mind what it says in the packet. Maybe it's water, but I don't use water. I actually put them in my Breville Active Blend. Then again, what do they say a NutriBullet? I can't remember if they said that. Doesn't matter. And they say 10 ounces. It actually says 10 ounces of liquid to 2 scoops of powder. Well, I use coconut milk. You could use almond or hemp or any UHT milks that you see in Tesco. Is fine. I used unsweetened teas. You're obviously meant to know anything where it's sugar for the avoid list. Which is pretty extensive, isn't it? It's the scene the avoid list. But it's really important you stick to it. The only thing I kind of maybe stray for is that it must be grass-fed meat or whatever. Just buy Tesco meat. Or butcher meat, whatever. But yeah, so it says 10 ounces. Everything's guesstimate with me now, but say under 10 ounces yonder, I have a lot more of the milk and then put protein powder in, and I add we can only have green apples and berries for fruit because everything else is too sugary. So there are a lot of recipes for shakes. I didn't care for the vanilla so much. I had it a couple of times because I'm at this for quite a few months now. And not really stuck to the 30-day, but always had my shakes every day. I loved them. So they could add apple, and there are lots of different recipes, but I would recommend adding frozen fruit and frozen spinach, and it makes the shakes really, really cold. I couldn't think to add just fresh and hate kind of look warm. So put in frozen. And you get that bags of frozen berries for Tesco for brally chip, and it keeps, because depends what like the fruit can be in Shetland. So I think that's but yeah, experiment. It's going to take you a pre-start to find what the licks, but hopefully on group maybe some folk will come with different ideas, or you can even ask what does folk like to put in with their vanilla, and then you'll get a lot of responses back, Kim. Because I cannot really tell you what I would put in with the vanilla one, because I just chocolate. Can't think of anything else about the shakes, but I mean, just ask me lots of questions, or ask on that page. The teas, I don't know if you've tried the teas yet. I really love the tea. I mean, I drink just peppermint tea anyway, but this one is really, really good. If you're really struggling and doesn't lick it, I have another end I could give you, which is ginger and ginger green. It's called green tea and ginger. I'm not a ginger fan. I had 2 of them. It wasn't too bad, but this would probably actually be really good for you. So if the friends are struggling with the other tea, I could give you this. There's just 18 bags left in this one. But this, yeah, ginger and green teas, depends the benefits of that. So yum is an option. If they want yum, I can give it to you. But hay tea, I think it's twice a day they recommend to have the tea, and it's really important to have the tea. It's a detox tea, so they really want you to have that too. And the water. You must drink lots and lots and lots of water. And you do be peeing the whole time. 3.5 litres, something like that, maybe even, let's say 4 litres, that's like 4 of this a day. I don't think I've ever managed 4 litres, 3 maybe, but drink as much as they possibly can, sip by the time. There is fizz sticks that I hate, usually mid-morning and afternoon. There is a pretty bit of sweetener in them, which some folk complain about, because we're not meant to be on any sugar at all, but it's like 2 grams compared to what would be in like a Red Bull or a Monster or some energy drinks. It's absolutely nothing. This is really like a healthy Barocca. It does have caffeine in it, so it gives you that pretty buzz. Waking you up, giving you feel that slump. So really use them. You could even put them in this with water. You maybe would need 2 if there was filling the whole, like a whole litre. You would maybe need 2 and then just half of it and then maybe half or sip it through the day even. You could do that if there was filling just some people just really like drinking water. I don't kind of do struggles with drinking just plain water. But so that's an option as well. But I love the fish sticks, and I feel that if I'm pretty bit hungry too, even just going for young, it's just mere liquid, fills you up. So I love them, the citrus and the pomegranate. I think they're really good. Oh yeah, protein shakes. No, I forgot about the dairy fibre. I'm just putting this in. Just to start off with a really, really pretty amount. I got terrible. Dave's looking at me through the window. I got really, really windy. You do get awful windy with the. Some folk can handle it. Depends. I mean, some folk with maybe IBS or Crohn's or whatever. I mean, this is really good for them. But you hear it wets their fibre though. So you start off with an awful pretty bit of the scoop, maybe even a quarter. Some folk say so. Start with half and then build up to a full scoop. Well, I have about a teaspoon. But you can just see how it gets on if the finish cell it's too windy. Because some folk has the full scoop and then even adds more to different foods and that. But there's no way I could hear that. But yeah, never mind it about that with the protein shakes. Young goes into protein shake. A scoop in each shake, or a quarter a scoop or a teaspoon, whatever you want. I also, besides the spinach and the fruit, I put in chia seeds and flax. You get that for Tesco, put it flax seeds. That adds extra fibre too, which is that extra bulk to fill you up. So that's what I would add to my shakes as well. I don't know whether I do got the body cleanse or the greens balance, because it's a kind of a choice, and I think you can get this as a free gift. If you opted for this, you can get the greens balance as a free gift. This greens is really good, and I add that to my shakes too. But just a teaspoon or a half a scoop, that'll last far longer. I think a whole scoop is a bit much. Some people just not like the taste of it, to get that strong spirulina, but I love it. I just love my shakes. So start off with a pretty bit, and then just see how you get on when you're onto these shakes. This body cleanse, if they got that, if they didn't, they didn't. But I would recommend getting this, certainly for your first detox month. But you only hear it in week 3. And yeah, there's 7 sachets in yonder, so 1 each day for in week 3. And you would put it in warm water, in a litre of water. I presume there's water bottles. If it doesn't, I don't have any of this. That I can get the. And it's a pretty bit like a lamb sip, but better. I'm not really a huge fan of lamb sips, but this is, I do like this. It's warm, and you just keep shaking it through the day. You drink it through the whole day, you know. Goes a lot, so it pre-sips through the day. So that's week 3. Can't think what else. Oh, exercise. Exercise is a big part of it too. Just pretty bits, even as walking or swimming or whatever it is, but if there's no been doing exercise, do exercise in the first week, because they will be tired. They might have sore heads with the detoxing. So they don't recommend getting overboard with exercise in the first week. So don't push yourself. Like, you're all raring to go maybe and try and get fitter and healthier, but don't do exercise in the first week, unless it's something that normally does anyway. Again, pre-walk is not going to hurt, but don't go all out and try and do lots, do just knackered yourself. So I think that's all. Maybe take a photo before and after. Not to show anybody, but to see if they can see the results themselves. And any questions, yeah, just get back to me or ask the group, because there's thousands of folk doing it this month. So they'll get really good responses to anything they asks. And it's full of consultants and vice presidents and folk that kens fair near as me, so you nearly as well to ask on that. But I hope they'll get on really well with it. Okay, thank you very much. Ciao.